Oh, yeah.
And when you're going up the steps, and I go up the floor, well, I jump on the table, but this morning I come up and I would aim for the floor. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind doing it.
Do you think you'd do a mock towards all three together?
No, I don't think I'll be able to manage it.
Is that coming down soon again?
I might see if I can do
I might only do one year.
Yeah, I brought my two together.
Oh,
Yeah, we were camping near there last week, and there was someone on campsite that had gone and done it, came back to campsite to get to go do three hours for them again, do it for charity. Yes, he did all three twice.
Yeah, I'm going to go down and talk to you.
Come on, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Are they all right here? Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers. And then, yeah, no worry about that.
What's Dublin? We got Friday. What day do you go? Wednesday. Yeah, we're Friday. Do you know what we're doing yet? I said to Lucy, what do I pack? I said, just pack everything. It's not that easy.
Is that the one? No, Jeff's not going to be there, is it? No. Jeff. You were talking about it when you were watching the game at his house, wasn't it? Ah, that's right.
I assume Paul's going on Stag Do.
What's that?
I assume Paul's
I don't
going
know.
on.
The message that I sent, what day is your birthday? Not going on. I'm wondering if that's why, and now I'm going to tax him.
Yeah.
I missed it.
I'm allowed Saturday. What, Monday?
Can you two keep up with
I was about to
that?
say, they're a bit hardcore then, aren't they? You were sneaking off, is that you? Yeah. Really Lucy, come pick us up.
Well, yeah,
What are they getting? Coach down, 2 bars and coach back?
No, I...
Going to my ankles.
Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV coverage as Leeds United women get their campaign underway, and it is a home clash this afternoon against Huddersfield Town. A really big occasion for Leeds with some new bodies in the group, 5 new signings, one of them a returning face. Myself, Tom Hill, and Paige Williams, delighted that she's joined us this afternoon. We'll bring you all the coverage as the two teams just go through their pre-match routine, the handshakes, and of course all the mascots getting involved in what is hopefully a winning start. So Olivia Smart will captain the team. We'll go through the teams first before we get Paige's thoughts, and it is Carrie Simpson, Drew Green, Lucy Turner, Shauna Legg, Olivia Smart. And if you don't know, sadly did her ACL last year, did it well and truly as well. Rehabbing, been following it on social media. Paige, you look like you're progressing. Can you tell our listeners how it's going, and good afternoon to you?
Yeah, so I've been rehabbing now since last year. I think I did my knee probably the start of the season, so I was unfortunate to play in most of the games last year. But I'm on the track to hopefully playing towards the back end of Christmas. So fingers crossed, if all goes well and testing and keeping up with fitness, I'll be able to get back into the team before Christmas time. Yeah,
a good time as well. Obviously, there's a lot of fixtures how the women's pyramid is structured, where we've got cup games that take out. So, for your own personal perspective, there's still a lot of football there for you to target, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. We always do quite well in cup runs as well. So if I can get a few minutes in some of them and be involved in them with the girls, I'd be really fortunate. But right now I'm just currently focusing on being fit, so that the transition from having a year out is quite smooth and I can just get straight back into regular playing.
Well, fingers crossed. There's also a familiar face with our referee today, Jodie Hunter, who has sat alongside me on many occasions, and good luck to her this afternoon. Great to see that Jodie's continuing that refereeing dream and doing very well as well.
Yeah, I do love Jodie. I miss her so much. She was a great player to play along, great mum, great player. Unfortunate I'm missing her today, but hopefully I'll see her again throughout the season.
Yeah, she was always keen to get into the officiating side of things, and I did say I'd always tune in whenever she did it, so here we go. And there's 5 new faces. So we've got Shauna Legg, who's come from Halifax Women, the same as Drew Green, Ellie White as well. Amy Woodruff is a returning player, but officially from Barnsley Women as a returning player from last year, and Charlotte Oates, a new goalkeeper. So we've got Legg as a defender, a versatile player in Drew Green, who officially in previous appearance has forward experience, fullback and a winger, so we'll just call her the utility member of the squad. Midfielder in Ellie White, Woodruff with a new striker. And what do you think, Paige, this year they will bring to the party? Because Halifax have been playing in the league above, tier 3. You're bringing quality and experience down into the group.
Yeah, we've made great new signs this year. Like Shauna, she's very vocal. She has captain experience. I think she was captain at Halifax for a number of years. Drew is really quick, versatile, and it's obviously nice to have Amy Woodruff back in the team. And we know we can put shots away and finish in dangerous areas. So I think this year's recruitment has been really successful, and you can tell within training and the environment that you know, they've brought a lot to the team already, so I'm just looking forward to see how they play in this game.
Yeah, fingers crossed that all the new bodies can settle in and enjoy themselves, but only with a victory, I'm sure. So the kick-off at the Bannister Prentice Stadium in Garforth. Pitch looking pretty dry, which is quite ironic that most problems this year, every season with the pitch, is wet in the winter. So for this time of year it should run pretty true, as one of the Huddersfield Town players falls to the deck in back play with a misplaced pass. Jess Russo putting herself about up front. So early stages we get a look of what to expect from Leeds, but I got the inside knowledge from Paige, who told me a midfield diamond today. So Hughes as the holder, Smith as the number 10, should be Danby and White flanking, and here is Danby now in midfield doing just that. And she was looking for Russo, who I don't think expected that pass, and Danby and Russo on a different page. But inside that first minute, important to see how this midfield diamond works, because last few years we've had different tactics. Page for the women's team, midfield 3, sometimes a flat 4, but important, especially with a diamond, that you're on the same page throughout the game. Yeah,
we've been working a lot on the diamond formation throughout training. It's one of them where we've played it a few times. It hasn't necessarily worked against certain teams, but I think the point of it is to always have that extra player in the middle. Hopefully that works today, and we've got 2 great forwards that will be there to drop in if necessary.
Yeah, towards Woodruff, good first touch, even better second, takes 2 players out of the game. Now crossing opportunity, couldn't pick out Russo. Smith can get to it instead, and always a willing runner, Catherine Smith, and she had plenty of energy trying to lay it off to Hughes, but that pass intercepted, and now Huddersfield can make their way forward. This 12-team league has some newcomers to the party. Had a restructure as well, because Barnsley FC ladies who won the North East Regional and Cheadle Town Stingers have come in, but they've replaced Barnsley women, so they've been moved across the structure, which means there's 12 teams. AFC Farthing and Huddersfield relegated. A big test for Leeds today to try and stamp their authority on where they want to play in their football towards the top of the table this year. Woodruff, a willing runner to get back and help out. Smart tried to play the ball and she will get a throw, but hard working in Woodruff, we always knew that about her. Comes back into the fold, and without that hard work there, Paige, Leeds under a bit of pressure, but her contribution took all the sting out of their play.
Yeah, you can definitely rely on Amy Woodruff to track back and fill in roles that aren't necessarily her roles to fill. She's a great team player, and I think we'll see a lot of that today. She seems quite keen and raring to go to be back in a white shirt as well.
Important member, especially as that front 2, and it will allow Jess Russo some room to manoeuvre. 25 goals in 27 appearances last year. Catherine Smith chipped in with 9 in 27 from midfield. A steady start here for Leeds, nothing to really panic about. Bit of class from Woodruff to set up half an opportunity, but couldn't pick out Russo in the box. Turner with an interception. Last 2 passes for Leeds has gone astray, just getting caught out. It's well covered defensively there by Legg, and Huddersfield working hard, but all of Leeds is undoing with that poor pass.
Yeah, Sean did really well there. She's really good and experienced in using her body, putting herself in between the player and the ball.
He was calm. Leeds just standing off here, perhaps something they may be made to rue and forget, but Turner clears away. Better clearance this time, but big enough gap that Russo wasn't expecting it, so Leeds put under pressure again. Back into midfield. Smith, the closest challenger, floating ball in. Potential to be onside, but hit that from Ella Duffield. It is still goalless inside the first 5 minutes, but now, after an opportunity for Leeds to score, Huddersfield have their own. Pretty even start, Paige.
Yeah, definitely. Seems like it's going to be a high-tempo game. Constantly need to be, concentrating, watching the players behind each one. I think Deej checking her shoulder then, just to make sure that she'd covered that player who took the shot.
And forward to Woodruff, who couldn't bring it under control. again, I'm not sure the Huddersfield defender realised how close she was, and again, same for the goalkeeper, and Woodruff might have a chance here to go across the goal just into the side netting, all her own work. Amy Woodruff, who by sheer hard work today has helped Leeds at both ends of the pitch, and without a doubt the best player in a white shirt so far.
Yeah, that was great from Amy Woodruff. She didn't give up. I think that's a lot of players need to take something from that, because that was a great opportunity. I think Kath was looking for the ball to be set just outside the box, but if I was Amy, I think I would have gone for that myself after that hard work to win the ball off the keeper and get herself into a scoring opposition. Yeah,
100%. If I've run all that way, I'm shooting.
Definitely.
Might not be a team player, it's perhaps why I'm sat here and not on the pitch. But
I mean, I don't think I'd shoot, to be fair, because I wouldn't know what to do in that situation. I've never really get that far on the pitch.
You've done all the hard work before that page, don't worry. As Leeds get a throw which will be taken by Drew Green. So no real pattern forming in the game just yet. Another good crowd though today.
Yeah, definitely. I was expecting quite a few people down today, with it being quite a big derby, first game of the season, and Huddersfield did a press conference just before the game saying that it's quite an unlucky draw for them to come up with us first game of the season. So it's nice to know that we're been taken seriously this year, that we are a threatening team, and we've got a lot to bring throughout the season.
Hopefully can build on that and set a platform, especially from a set piece here. A handball against Huddersfield allows Danby as the left-footed option, Olivia Smart as the right. Pretty open to who could take this really, both of them confident set piece takers. It will be Danby towards the far post. Keeper comes for it, doesn't get a good connection. I think leg took a hit for her troubles. That's why she was slow to get to her feet, but Leeds get the throw in anyway. But it's what you want as an attacking player page. If a delivery in, you ask questions of the goalkeeper, and that's what Sarah Danby did.
Yeah, definitely. Sarah Danby's got a great left foot. I think she's got one of the best left foots that I've ever played with or played against before. She's unbelievable at putting the ball in a certain area, so plenty more of them to come, hopefully.
Yeah, Smart, awkward for the goalkeeper. It actually bounces kindly enough as the flag had gone up anyway. And it is going to be a free kick. Should be a Leeds throw. And it will be. Just running the ball out there was Duffield.
Great decision from the referee.
Yeah, we can't accuse her of bias, of course, but great decision.
Got to watch what I say about the referee this game.
Yeah, she may want to tune back in to listen to our coverage as Smart goes down the line looking for Danby. Like putting it back down the line towards Russo. Fall for Danby again, just waiting for a tiny bit of space, and keeps hold of it, Danby. Into Hughes, needed maybe a bit of more communication. Now into Smith. Looks forward, will go for goal, Catherine Smith. Plenty of power on it, and a decent hit as well from where she was, 8.5 in. It's one of those, Paige, where if you are going to choose to hit it from there, it's got to be good, because your teammates will be frustrated.
Yeah.
I think if you're alongside her in midfield, bit of a nod of appreciation.
I'd say fair play. If you want to take a chance like that, you can take a chance. She's never afraid to do and play shots like that, and sometimes they have come out unbelievable. And I think Kath Smith's definitely a player that they're the type of goals she does score, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, I was just thinking that she has scored some long range efforts in the past. There's some good pressure this time from Ellie White, one of the other newcomers.
Yeah, Ellie White's a great new addition. Great new addition to the team.
Poor pass out, and Leeds are not doing much there, but because it was really solid White, Woodruff, just solid foundations, it's forced them into a mistake. And
yeah, I think that's the benefit of playing the formation that we are playing, being disciplined and staying in our positions and putting the pressure on. And sometimes you don't necessarily have to do a lot of the chasing. As long as you stand strong in your position, then you can put that pressure on the opposition in ways like that just then.
White's come short, not used, towards Smith, and Huddersfield again just going for the motions defensively, doing a job but not making too much progress. Heavy pass towards White, who was tad flat-footed as a result, and that will be a Huddersfield throw. I think they've got them at least penned in where they would like.
Yeah, I think it's important to keep them in now, keep them in this half. Just being solid and being on the back of every Huddersfield player, just put the pressure on to make mistakes.
Yeah, good header from Smart, nearly gives Russo a chance. Danby, ball to Hughes, now into White. White will go for goal. And just got a technique wrong there, up and underneath it, and it will be behind for a goal kick. But, well, the shots of obviously the last one from Smith was better. No offence to Ellie White. It shows a bit of confidence, shooting from range. There's no nervousness about it. Try to stamp an authority in midfield.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something we've picked up through pre-season. I think the additions to the team have made a massive difference in that. We've always been a team to just take our chances, and it's nice to see that we've all got a bit more confidence in us to actually have the belief that we can put ourselves in a scoring position from any part of the pitch.
Huddersfield have just been reduced to making slight passes, but just trying to get out of trouble. Woodruff again putting the pressure on. Sure, coaching team of Leeds United will hope that this works into more of a scoring opportunity, this pressure, just like that from Woodruff. Now to White, who went early, cleared away, Turner trying to get behind the ball and get in the way of it, just misread the flight of that ball. And Huddersfield have it now with Catherine Smith coming back. Strong challenge gets Leeds on the front foot. Danby towards Smart. Leeds have got plenty of options when they win the ball back. Good movement. Smart went early with the cross. And Catherine Smith with a slight pull back, and it will be a free kick. And I think maybe just one aspect of the game when it opens up, both teams are guilty of this. Midfielders, with new formations, new tactics, either not behind the ball or in front of it. But it's both teams are doing the exact same thing, so nobody's really taking control.
Yeah, I think we need someone to maybe step up a bit more in the midfield, kind of like dictate the game, control the passing. Sarah Danby plays a good role in that, so does Alice Hughes, so I like to see a bit more of Alice Hughes on the ball, because when she's on the ball and she's playing it around, she feeds a lot of the opportunities.
Yeah, I thought she had a really underrated campaign last year, Alice Hughes. She was one of those that just under the radar did her work, got out of the way. As Hughes Green looking forward to Woodruff. Could have maybe gone on her own there, but went for the more unselfish approach as Turner heads it clear. Picked up by Huddersfield though in midfield, and on the attack now with Embley. She goes further wide and now into the path of Devins. Winning runner from midfield was Fields. Turner dives in, and there's a touch there, or is there? Jodie Hunter just consults her fellow official in that near corner. There's a lot of confusion, but Leeds do get the decision.
Yeah, I think that was great recovery from Jess Russo as well. And obviously when Drew Green played that ball in, left a big gap in behind, right back, but Jess Russo picked it up quite quickly and trekked back to make sure that we still stayed strong at the back four, especially with two front from Huddersfield. Now Kate Manning's experienced, very good player. You don't want to be leaving her 1v2, so a good recovery from Jess Russo.
Nearly well perfect that from Olivia Smart. She kept nice and calm to control it first. It didn't get her reward. Danby flies in. Free kick given Leeds his way. Didn't look too much in that, but certainly the opposition bench and dugout certainly disagreed. As it will be a free kick.
Yeah, I think that was a fair decision from the referee. Danby used a body, and I think being chucked to the ground in the tackling, I think made it clear to the referee.
Next delivery. Try and whip it in. It's towards Russo. Will eventually get there. Russo had a go, but it's blocked. Back out towards Shauna Legg, who was trying to go down the line to Smart. And 15 minutes in, it is still goalless, but positive start for Leeds in certain areas.
Yeah, definitely. The ball's definitely been more in the opposition's half, which is what you want for a start 15 minutes of a game. So at the minute, I'm quite positive. Just hope they keep staying strong and make the right passes and keep hold of the players that they're individually marking.
The ball had gone before, and Woodruff tried to keep it in. Again, the marking from Leeds just panicking Huddersfield ever so slightly, making them second guess themselves. More composed defending at the back, but again just asking questions, forcing them into mistakes.
Yeah, it looks as if our pressure from our front two, and especially when our midfield are pressing a bit higher, is making Huddersfield, especially the back line, make erratic decisions, making sure that they've still got hold of the ball and not maybe being as daring and exciting as they usually can be from the previous years of playing against them.
Yeah, just a tad overhit towards Woodruff, that pass. Good feet to get out of trouble. Bit of a risky pass back, but sadly for Leeds, Eddie White couldn't get to it. Again, nearly getting to it. Smith just over her head. Smart putting it back into an area. It will fall here. Woodruff didn't go for the ball. And a diving lunge from Cara Fields got Huddersfield out of trouble.
Yeah, I think Amy Woodruff realised she was offside then, so it would be nice to see her maybe get onside a bit quicker next time, but I suppose you don't know a ball like that's coming back when you're in that position, so it was good for her to be as high as she could be, and hopefully next time she can have another go where she's actually onside.
Smart wanted to go back and does towards Simpson. Clearance downfield and out of play for a Huddersfield throw. This is not a Huddersfield team that's one for the purists, by the way. We've got number 9 at right back, number 3 at centre half. Not sure how I feel about this. Number 9 at right back, but it's a modern game. Anyone complaining about nowadays? A ball timely from Rhea Montgomery, who in the 9 jersey sticks out the arm and gives Leeds a free kick. Nice football though, Paige, in the build-up. Leeds working, short, close quarter football and getting out of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to see us making some passing combinations as well and feeding the ball through midfield. I think previous years we've lacked, playing those balls through our midfielders, which are really good at distributing, passing out and creating play. So it's nice to see the likes of Alice Hughes and Catherine Smith picking up the ball a lot more and making play a bit more exciting.
Yeah, cleared away and now in attack, and one of those dangerous forwards. Malin gets it away, and Huddersfield have got a chance here. Even the shooting opportunity immediately stopped though by the lunge of Turner. Fantastic work from her to get back, help out, and you could even say as much as a goal-saving tackle that.
Yeah, definitely. I think there was a few Huddersfield players in the box that they could have easily played to and put Carrie under a lot of pressure, but Lucy did really well tracking back then, and even though she was behind the player, she managed to, without causing a foul as well, very composed and showed a lot of experience then.
Yeah, leg into Smith. I think Woodruff has decided that from official point of view, because she just stood on the ball, could have been play on. I like that though from Shauna Page. She looked like she was going to fire it down the line and then fizzed it straight into the feet. And as you said, you just said it then, playing through midfield, mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Shauna's really good at that as well. And obviously, as a defender, as a centre half, you want to be able to trust in your midfielders if you're going to play it into a dangerous area, centre of the park. So obviously, there's a lot of teamwork and a lot of trusting in between centre halves and our midfielders, which is really good this year.
Yeah, Smart and White working a nice one too. Smart tried to put it in early, intercepted by Montgomery. Now into the midfield for Devons, who gets away from trouble. Willing runner is Duffield, who's been very busy today. And that number 10 for Huddersfield, and all over the park. Huddersfield's turn to build through the channels and make a willing runner. Malin is forced to the floor, but via a strong challenge from 2 Leeds players.
Yeah, I think she wanted a foul for that, but I think the ball may have already been out.
Good feet from Danby. Goes past White into Smart. Here his leg. Now it's into Smith, and she went forward looking for Russo. Out to Malin once more. Turner trying to stop her getting away from trouble. Into Embley. Leg following her all the way. Leeds defence a little stretched here though. Devins turns inside, only to run into Danby, who I think she wanted a willing runner. Eventually gets one in wide. There's a tiny overhit there, and she'll do well to keep it in, and she won't do so.
Yeah, I think Danby needed to press on a bit quicker then, so she could play the ball into space so they can get the counter attack on the go. But I think Danby did really well covering them, because the opposition player was in a dangerous area outside the box, and I wouldn't put it past her and being able to have a good strike on goal.
Hughes into Green, who just keeps it safe. Now to Simpson. Danby trying to get ahead on the ball, but only as far as Fields in a Huddersfield shirt. Now Smart, and it's got a bit scrappy out there. It's Huddersfield that seems to be enjoying the scrap a little more as the ball's played in behind towards Malin. Turner's come across, dragged across the face. Green just pokes it clear into Smart. Turner clears. Do wonder if the team could see the full angle of the pitch. Did maybe Green expect Carrie Simpson to come for that? Vice versa, is that why we got a slight delay? We'll get your thoughts in a second, Paige, because Huddersfield is still coming on an attack as far as that goes. Amy Woodruff then smashes the ball out of out of play, but yeah, a bit of indecision at the far post. Nearly cost Leeds, but they're defending well here.
Yeah, I would have liked to. I would have thought that Carrie would have maybe shouted for that, but obviously not being able to hear there and then, and maybe Drew felt like she was confident enough to keep control and clear the ball.
You can tell by the way just how well attended today's game is, with all the cars out the back today. So great crowd for the first one of the season, as you say, Paige. The fact it's a derby helps matters.
Yeah, definitely. I think we were been saying all week, we're kind of glad that we've drew a difficult game and a big derby at the start of the season, because whatever we get from this result, it will set a really big tone for the rest of the season. And obviously we're only wanting anything but 3 points. So
yeah, it sets a nice precedent, does it? And certainly sharpens the mind with it being a big game against a team that have come down from the division above. Very little in this game inside the first half of the first 45. Solid head, I think it was Hughes at the far post up towards White. Now Smith getting a nudge into her back for her troubles. She was just trying to poke it down the line to White, but massive under hit, and now Russo will chase this down. The Huddersfield goalkeeper, and Bolton Woolham gets it clear. I wouldn't say Leeds were on top massively inside that first 15, but they certainly edged it a little bit. But now it's a lot more open, and the scrappy element is certainly suiting Huddersfield, who seem more than willing to feed off a few scraps and build off like loose passes, heavy touches.
yeah, definitely. I think Huddersfield will definitely pick up on any individual mistakes that we may make, which we don't want them to do, because they will take their chances. They're a very well experienced and drilled team, and they've got some great individual players. So it's just important that we stay composed, we stick to what we know, and we're disciplined on the field.
It will be Leeds getting the call here from this goal kick. 25 minutes gone, and just saw an example of how that Leeds formation, the diamond, just breaking apart a little bit with a misplaced pass. So Huddersfield nearly punished them, but thankfully for our perspective they did not.
Yeah, I think that's the only downside with a diamond, that you can be caught off or in a difficult position, and oppositions can always, 9 times out of 10 really utilise that opportunity. So it's important that players around them pick up on it and fill in. I think Amy Woodruff's done a really good job of doing that. And then the likes of Jessica Russo, filling in roles when our wing backs do fill in the gaps and the space out wing. So hopefully they can stay on that and work together as a team.
Good flick needed from Smith. She got one, but only way out for a goal kick. So a bit of a lull in play in proceedings. Reminder at the bench, outfield players Elliott, Aldrin, Dobson and Dribble Keating. Oates in goal. Leeds last season finishing in 6th, 19 points off the eventual league winners in Hull, winning 10, drawing 4 and losing 8. And these sort of games at home, so important to have a solid home base.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're in Leeds United crest as well. It's a massive thing in the club where you protect your home ground. It's your fortress, and we're massive on that this year. So at 0 points, we want no other teams to go away with any points when they come play us at home, which is, it's our front foot fighting. Yeah, it's a good attitude to have, though, isn't it? Because you need that sort of swagger about you as Turner flies in. It's a tremendous challenge, that. And she epitomises what we've just been saying there. She wins a goal kick, and a round of applause in the direction to my right hand side from Paige Williams, because it's those little examples where you are stamping your authority in a game. You've got a one-on-one. If you're a defender, you love that, where you can just see the ball and it almost like doubles in size with the excitement you can about to try and win it back. She timed it well. She didn't get excited, and then she got up off the deck and won her team a goal kick. But it's that attitude to defending that you need at home. Yeah, definitely. And I think, again, going back to Huddersfield, they've got really dangerous players on the wings, and you don't want them to put a ball in the box because they've got someone that can be there to finish it. And I think crucial tackles like that from Lucy Turner is really, really needed and necessary. And I think she did a really good job there. Simpson Woodruff, who just shields possession. Everyone there appealing for a throw. Tough decision to make, but linesman near side made the call, and now the visitors have a throw with Caitlin Devins. Fields in midfield. Huddersfield didn't have many options wide in an advanced position, so they had to go back. Offside appeals from leg, not heard though, so chance here for Huddersfield. Cara Fields turns away. Green trying to force Huddersfield back. Again, it's a battle as this. There's nobody giving an inch and everybody pretty much on the same page. It's almost like we're cancelling each other out though, that's the issue. Yeah, it's like we almost need maybe an individual player to really step up and do something a bit exciting, so everybody else will then follow. I feel like we're very equally matched at the minute. We don't want to come away with a draw today. We want to win this game, so hopefully come to the second half we've really stepped that up. Yeah, and again, with it being the first game, I know there's been pre-season games, but there is a remarkable difference of intensity and desire, isn't it, and pressure when you get to that league game. So if we get in at half time at 0-0, it's a chance for the coaching staff to pick apart what they've seen. As Simpson kick goes straight to Huddersfield, it's into Hughes, and Leeds need to try and build. Woodruff again, options to go further wide, and Nutmeg has given Huddersfield half a chance. Hughes mops up, and it was her pass that started the attack. Maybe the second time in this game where Leeds, first 3 passes, first one into feet, the flick, the next one perfect. It's that last pass that has just gone astray. They're not that far away from clicking. Same here again. There's 3 players there in white shirts. If Sean Lake makes one of them, there's a 4-on-2. Yeah. So it's not panic stations just yet. There's plenty of potential. Yeah, we're playing really good combination passes. It's just a shame that the last final ball, which could be in the threatening third, isn't always panning out how they may anticipate it. But it's really positive that we can see they are linking up. They are playing good football. And hopefully the more they do that throughout the game, the more confident they are, and the final product is there. Chance here from White, picking out Russo. Immediately shut down though by the defence in the shape of Beth Ibbotson. Russo's barely had a scrap though, which is probably why she took it on her own there as Turner gets across. Good defending again from Turner to deny Malin. Clears away. She wanted to flick off the boot of Huddersfield player, didn't get one.
Good work from Smith. Right, I need to try and keep it, just run out of wriggle room, and now Leeds on the back foot. Good way by Turner, goes the opposite way. It will be behind for a corner. And again, it's Huddersfield just waiting for the odd mistake. And when they get it, they pounce pretty quickly to their credit.
Yeah, definitely. I think that almost puts a little bit more pressure on our back four, especially in the box area. I think that's probably why Lucy wanted to make sure then that the ball was away from any player within the box and put it over. And if it means it's a corner, this is where they really need to switch on now, because we do not want to concede from set pieces, which we know from our analysis Huddersfield are good at set pieces. So this would be a well drilled, hopefully plans out how we want it to plan out.
Corner, a routine here from Huddersfield. It was nearly well worked, but Danby, thankfully for Leeds, was alert. Within 2 touches it's cleared away out for a throw, but something a bit different from Huddersfield, clearly a routine they'd worked on.
Yeah, I think we did well with a situation like that. We don't usually come up against set pieces that are played along the floor, so I think dealing with it there and then was, Danby adapted very well.
Hughes again back to Simpson. Danby's past the Turner's asking an awful lot of her. She gets there, but not a pass she would be too happy to receive on a regular basis. Into the final 15 minutes of this first half. Touch unlucky, Danby gets involved, gets the challenge, but just bounces the wrong way. With Green, that's great feet from her. Trying to go down the line, runs out of space, and just following the pattern of the game, maybe a little bit. Page, good bit. Second bit's not following it up. It's a lack of momentum, really, but I think that's again the same for both teams.
I think it's needing a bit more options. Obviously, we've got an extra man in midfield, which usually works out really well, but I think they may be getting a bit caught up in marking a similar area of the pitch, so it's also important that they've got the constant rotation and always having an option, especially for when Drew Green does get that ball there.
For that for Huddersfield. Green's got to get back. Huddersfield player keeps hold, and now Leeds have got bodies to answer for at the far post, and it's headed away. It was a tame header from Ella Duffield, who just tried to steer it towards goal, and it's that lack of generated power on the cross. But from Leeds defensively, a glaring gap at the back and nearly punished. A big let-off, Page.
Yeah, and again, this is the only downside I think with a diamond, is that your full-backs are going to get drawn into the space out wing. I think Drew did a good job getting back as quick as she could then to put a bit of pressure on the cross, but it's just important that Duffield has had a few opportunities now where she's been left behind, so I think sticking on her, not giving her the chance to have a head is important.
White gets a toe to the ball, not enough though, and Huddersfield do very well to get away, only as far as Green with a good interception. She goes early with a cross up towards Woodruff, who gets her first touch for what seems like an age. No support though, immediately out-muscled, and again Huddersfield are just starting to flex their muscles a little bit. They're winning the ball high up the pitch, and ball retention for Leeds is pretty much evaporated. When it goes long, it isn't sticking, and that isn't criticising the strikers, it could be the service, but a lot of the play, I think, or what feels like the last 10 minutes, Page has been in Leeds United's half. Yeah,
I think a lot of the players, when they've received the ball, I think they need to just maybe play what's in front of them instead of worrying about turning around and attacking the final third. I don't know if anyone would have had many options in from midfield. I don't know if they got into the positions in enough time, but I think there's no harm in playing what's in front of you and holding the ball up to allow your players to get into those positions, to be there for support.
To Turner, who gets her foot on the ball, now in towards White.
It's great feet.
Yes, that composure perhaps you've been looking for, Page, but again that pass from Smart is just a little bit rushed, and now Woodruff has opportunity to feed Russo. Woodruff maybe didn't feel confident she got it out of her feet. She's still got hold. Referee gives advantage, but then brings it back for a free kick, and there was a glimmer of a hope for a through ball.
Yeah, I think Jess needed that just like as soon as Amy got the ball, but then I think the pressure from the Huddersfield player and, you know, the marking from the Huddersfield player probably made Amy find it a bit difficult to get the ball from under her feet, but if it was played maybe a tiny bit sooner, I think Jess would have been through an own goal there.
So Smart and downbeat as per usual over the free kick. Downbeat too close to the goalkeeper. An easy catch. It is Bolton Mullen that gets her hands on the ball. 10 minutes to go. Leeds had a lot of joy in the first 15 minutes, putting pressure on Huddersfield with a high press and leading from the front, but on this occasion they get out of trouble. Smart touch as well, really smart from Mason. Gert works the 1-2, now gets on her way towards the edge of the box. Marlon Hughes nips in, and now she just hurt herself, but again it's that what I said earlier about an underrated role. She just seemingly takes the ball off people, gives it back, keeps it nice and safe, but it doesn't get you your headlines in a game of football, but a very important role. You can see why she's at the base of the diamond.
Yeah, Alice is really good at dictating and controlling the game, and she's always reading and scanning, and I think that just proved it there where she, you know, watched the ball and knew where it was going to be handed, and her anticipation is brilliant.
Tina Clare's rushed a little bit, and I think Hughes has gone down here wanting a bit of treatment after that slight injury. Paige is pointing to her knee. I mean, you're a knee expert now, but I can see what you mean. She seemed to just jar it a little bit, catch it in the floor.
And I think she instantly touched the knee as well, so hopefully it's nothing serious, but I think maybe planting that foot and jarring it just quickly and you know, stopping the pass from going back. And Alice doesn't usually get on the floor, unfortunately, so I'm hoping that this isn't anything too serious.
Yep, fingers crossed. You say it's just more of an impact and she just jarred it, and it's the shooting pain that she's feeling, and there's nothing more serious than that. The physio team and all the players coming across for a drink, and hopefully now it is just more of a precaution as the players get some refreshments on board. But if you're just joining us here on LUTV, not much in the game. A strong start for Leeds, first maybe 16-17 minutes. Opportunities, this has been the best of them, with Amy Woodruff hitting the side netting. Very awkward angle for her to try and score. And it has been Huddersfield all since then.
Yeah, I think we've played some really good combination of passes, and it's been exciting to watch in most areas. The confidence of playing it round and taking the risk in tight areas and playing it round the opposition has been really good. It's just the final product I think we've been lacking, but I think going in at half time they'll have a lot of positives to go off and pick out what they could do maybe a little bit differently in the second half.
Yeah, always good if you can learn that as the players come across. Have you found it, Paige? Obviously, I know the last 12 months has been tough for you. Is this now because you're so close to getting back, or it's been a few months, but watching a competitive game just only fuel the fire to go out there and make a difference? Honestly,
it's so frustrating sitting here right now. But it's been frustrating for most of the season. I think last season I got off to a good start and I was a bit gutted, obviously, for it to be cut very short. But yeah, I think now it's getting closer. It almost feels like it's too far away, even though it's not. And it's even more frustrating, especially now the season started. And again, the additions that have been added into the team as well. I just want to be a part of that playing, but as a group, collectively, and obviously like being here and being in and around training, and when I'm starting to integrate with the team training wise, even if I'm not necessarily playing on the weekend, I still feel a part of it, which is good. And yeah, the additions have been great, and I think we've all got the same philosophy this year. We've always had, but for some reason it just feels a bit different this year, which is nice. And fingers crossed, today's the start of something really big.
That's a great sign. Not sure whether there is a change coming here, because Summer Wood has just signalled down the touchline. Now, whether that's for a player to get warmed up, I'm assuming she's stood up, so fingers crossed, but it doesn't mean necessarily she will be coming back on. And we hope, if she does, then she can shake it off. But if she can't, we hope it's just a knock. The way she is looking at the knee suggests they're not going to take a risk here with it, and the change is coming, and Ellie Dobson will work her way back into that team. So I think Sam Wood's asking for the change. Confusion. We've got the universal signal for a sub, and then the thumbs up came after. Perhaps there's a breakdown in communication there because she's been told to put a bib on. And it does look like Hughes is willing to get back out there. So after a decent enough delay,
that's something positive. And when I did when I hurt my knee, I thought there's no way I'm going to be playing the rest of this game. So that's positive. I'm glad for Alice. To be fair, so the worst thing you think of is when you see someone go down with a sore knee. In women's football is that. So yeah, fingers crossed she's all right. She looks like she's all right, bouncing about.
Yeah, fingers crossed she can get straight back into the game, and being at the base of that midfield, it might not be long before she's got to do something. Same there for White. That could be a free kick. Yeah, referee in the perfect position. And the White flew in. The defender for Huddersfield did not miss, and that is Charlotte Stewart, who with a strong challenge. And I think now White is the latest body that needs a bit of treatment, and that did look like a painful one.
I think I just missed that because I was still watching Alice to see if she was running
yeah,
about.
so
right,
it was. She just got to the ball first and got a big kick down the side for her troubles. So certainly you'd be less worried by that than Alice's knee injury, but doesn't mean that it can't hurt anymore. The player's just going through a debrief, but it's important you said that, isn't it, as well, because what you said earlier about there's something feels different. That's a great thing to have going into a new season, rather than being, yeah, it's similar as last year. You want that togetherness, you want that ambition, and it can be that like level of ambition, or it's not arrogance, is it? It's confidence in you as a group together. This could be the year, because there's a few years where a couple of results get here and there. There's second and third places, so why not this year?
Yeah, I think of all the years, I've been here for like 4 seasons now, and this is probably the first year I've felt that the additions that have been added to the club have been really, really positive. Like, they've always been positive, but for some reason this year I feel like recruiting in certain positions and areas has been really positive. So we also know that they've come with a lot of experience in higher levels as well, which is great, and you can really tell that in and around training. I just think as a group we've all got the same philosophy and the same drive and the outcome that we want from the season. So if we keep that from now until the end, I think who's to say that we can't be our year.
Yeah, certainly brings the best out of it, doesn't it, as well? As you say, you've got players from the league above coming in to help out. At least take the free kick quickly. Should get a few minutes of stoppage time here as Hughes goes towards Green. Smith, the one that's in front of her, and Green's going to try and drive into space and take them on herself. Crossing opportunity, puts it across, just doesn't get the purchase on it. But a very ambitious run, and something a bit different, Paige. That was, normally in how the game has gone, it'd be an early cross. Just, this is a bit different. She's made them second guess themselves, and it is that's made her get in behind.
Yeah, that's what Drew's got from playing against her as well. That's what she's good at, and it's nice to see her actually get that opportunity in this game now. I feel like we haven't seen much of her in like an attacking position where she is really good at. So it's nice to see that, and hopefully we see a bit more of that, because it is dangerous.
Good to get a foothold in that midfield. White back on the pitch trying to win it back for Leeds. Under pressure here is Green, and she gets bounced off the ball, and now Huddersfield coming in. There's options at the back post, there's several of them. Malin tees it up, and now a shot comes in. On the line was Olivia Smart, who got a toe to the ball, and it's a very desperate toe to the ball, but it's worked perfectly, Paige. It's going to be a corner.
Yeah, it's really, really good from Olivia Smart. I think she had to take the risk there to either stand on the goal line or stay with the player. I think it was 18 that was coming into the box. Obviously she's left alone here, and if the ball was played out to her, I think there would have been an even more difficult position, but thankfully she was on the goal line and covered that.
Looks like Malin that's gone across to take the corner kick. Good ball in as well, and it's gone in. Frustration for Green on the line. It was a lovely header from Huddersfield to go across the face. It needed to be attacked. Drew Green did. Sadly for her, the power was too much and she couldn't clear it away. And the corner came in with some venom. It was met with further venom from the header. And the goal scorer is Beth Ibbotson for Huddersfield. It is Leeds 0, Huddersfield 1.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. I think the girls will be really disappointed in that because, you know, we did not want to concede from a set piece today. But I don't think Drew could have done much else there. I think she did a role. She stayed in the position she needed to stay in. She got a head on it. It's just unfortunate. Your size, something you can't help, can you? But I think she did the best she could there.
Worst time as well to concede if you know, ripping up those notes and trying to build off this. Leeds suffer a setback, and for Simon Wood it's now about trying to pick apart what they need to do going forward in the second half, because the first half started so well. One thing I would say though is, for the pressure we built up, the half chances, the goalkeeper hasn't made that many saves, has she, for Huddersfield?
No, I think again it's just our final product. The ball into our centre forwards. It needs to be, talked about in the change room at half time. But hopefully we can go in and keep it as this now. And I think we've got a big 45 to go. We've got a lot to prove in the next 45, and I can feel it in us.
Yeah, here's Hughes back to Turner. Smith just about gets it to Danby. It does work, it's an accurate pass. She was panicking though. The Smart gets hold, it was just going to be run out of play, and Leeds just have not got going from around 20 minutes onwards. Any glimmer of hope is immediately shut down by a pass, a touch or a tackle.
I don't know if you notice them, but Danby, she does this like dummy when she gets the ball, and every single time she does it, she always confuses the other player. She does it to everybody in training, and we'll have a go at her because we're like, come on. But no, I think she did well then to play that out. It's just unfortunate it ran over.
Hughes, good interception. Green. Okay, nice and composed from Hughes, and here is Turner. Down the line to Green, who has Smith inside, has Hughes as well, and it is Hughes that gets hold of the ball. These are just trying to build some confidence back up here by just keeping it simple. Green into Hughes. These are just using stoppage time to maybe exercise some demons in possession, just build up that confidence, because they're taking their time here. There's nobody committing to space. Green eventually does, looking for Smith or White. Very good work by Green in defence. We said it earlier from the start page about the pace she brings to the team. She just immediately closed down
yeah, she's
the gap
really
she'd
reliable.
left.
Really, really reliable. You know she's going to trek back. If she's out of position, she will cover the ground.
And there is half time. So at the Barnes Apprentice Stadium, Leeds United are trailing. A goal on the stroke of half time from Ibbotson has left them 1-0 behind. We'll have second half coverage coming up in around 15 minutes time. Welcome back then to our LUTV coverage. It is Leeds United women against Huddersfield Town. It is the visitors that are leading by a goal to nil. It came right on the stroke of half time, did Ibbotsson's header. It was a glancing, I say glancing, it was a pretty powerful flick, but into that far corner. And sadly, Drew Green couldn't head it up and over away from trouble. She got underneath it, but it hit the crossbar. Myself, Tom Hill and Paige Williams have been bringing you all the coverage. Paige identified in that first half the areas that she wanted improvement from. We mentioned it, Paige, about being a lot of decent build-up at times. It was a last pass, or the pass before that, just deciding, that they've been too risky, forcing things. Do we believe that's what the message from Sam Wood has been, that tidying possession up and just naturally that brings you more momentum to progress? Because after maybe 17, 18 minutes, Leeds pretty much didn't have any momentum.
Yeah, definitely. I think our combination of passes has been really positive. It's just the final pass and product into the attacking third, I think, needs a bit of tidying up and playing the way you're facing and just playing the simple passes. Obviously, ideally, we need to get on the score sheet today just so we come away with something, but I'd take a lot of positives from the first half. It's just unfortunate going in at half time 1-0.
Yeah, certainly when it was as well, right at that stroke of half time. So fingers crossed, Leeds have gone with Simpson, Green, Turner, leg smart, Hughes. But Turner's come off second best, maybe jarred herself in making the contact, so we might get an early break in play for a physio break. But a good challenge, Page, needed to be made, and more importantly, timely, because she mistimes that, and we know we're in big trouble.
Yeah, she did a really good job there again in a dangerous area in the box. You don't want to be, backing out or not timing those tackles right. So again, a great tackle from Lucy Turner. I think we'll see it now. Yeah, it's almost as if the ball just overruns from the Huddersfield player, but giving Lucy, that freeway to put that tackle in and make sure that that's away from Carrie Simpson.
Yeah, so another injury where the players are just assessing, hoping that Turner's good to go. The subs warming up. Elliot Waldron-Dobson, Jubbo Keating as well. And a very early injury. Windy day in Kickoff today, but another good turnout for the fans, hoping to see a positive result, especially against the team that came down, meaning that this year's teams, the 12-team league, is AFC Fylde, Barnsley FC, Cheadletown Stingers, Chorley, Doncaster Rovers Bells, Durham Sestria, Huddersfield, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Norton, Stockton Ancient, Stockport County and York City, all hoping to get into the third tier of the women's game, as Turner is okay to come across. She will need to be given the go-ahead to get back on. Referee Jodie Hunter is asking for a new ball in that far corner. Finally, they will be able, with Yasmin Mason, to take this throw. Touch from White. Hughes covers ground. She had a bandage applied to that knee that she hurt in the first half. Russo can't make it stick. And it's not been a day for a striker today. When playing for Leeds, it's been very tough to get any service.
Yeah, I think it's been particularly difficult for Jess as well, with I feel like having a good reputation from last season. Obviously Huddersfield will have gone into that knowing that, so I think they're sticking on to her very tightly and not giving her any time on the ball.
Yeah, that does come with a reputation, doesn't it? 25 goals in 27 appearances. You will be a target for the rest of the division to try and silence you. Guess it does open up opportunities for other members of the team, but Russo will chase this down, and knowing the way she plays the game, won't care about the pressure as she gets it down the line to Smart. Two runners are Smith and Woodruff in the box. The cross was deflected and it's going to hang into midfield. Smart gets back goal side as Huddersfield get away, but they've managed to come away through the gap of that midfield. Well covered by her leg and nice and simple in towards Smith. Smith looking for White, just over hit. And again, Leeds unable to make it several passes in a row without giving away the ball.
Yeah, I think it's just being sure on the pass that you give as well. Like, the player's there. I think it's important to look up and make sure that your pass that you are playing is being received by that player, instead of just hitting and hoping that they pick it up.
Into Turner, could have carried it. Return from Woodruff. Second touch is a touch heavy though. Ever so heavy. Did so well. She wins Leeds a throw. And that is that maybe early season fail, Paige, where you're just not fully into a rhythm playing week in, week out. Those will come, but most of our opportunities today have worked because Amy Woodruff has just been tireless in attack. She's done the exact same thing here. Falls to Russo on the edge of the box. Russo does well to does well to avoid giving away a free kick. And back to leg, and Leeds just maybe calming things down a little bit, and it's across to Drew Green. Number 11 comes inside, driving forward, wants a helping hand, will turn and go back to Danby. Smart is on the touchline, waiting for the pass, gets it, just over hits the return ball.
I think Huddersfield did really well getting out of there then.
And they have done well to get out of trouble. Leeds, I've seen a bit more of the ball in terms of less pressure from Huddersfield. Maybe Page, there's not as much decision making to be made very quickly. It's a lot more composed at the back. There's a lack of pressure. I mean, Malin's putting on a little bit here, but I guess from Huddersfield's perspective, Leeds have had all the ball in their own half. There is no reason to panic.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've done well with retaining the ball. It's just keeping hold of it for a little bit longer whilst we move, up the pitch into the final third.
Huddersfield coming forward. Dangerous ball in. Mine a fraction away from getting a free header at the back post. She'll now deliver across herself. It's a good one as well. Leg gets ahead to it. A very important one. Danby nearly gets caught on the ball to give away a penalty, but doesn't put the challenge in. Interception from Smart, and she just clears for territory and gets the trouble away. 52.5 minutes gone. It is Leeds 0, Huddersfield 1. There is another change coming for Leeds United, and Dobson is on the touchline, preparing to come on for Alice Hughes in midfield, who seemingly running pretty free on the knee.
I think it looks more like a quad there that she might have maybe strained a bit.
End of the day, they might have said, can you give us 5 minutes if it's any better? It could not be an injury reason, it might be tactical, to add some fresh legs, but normally Alice Hughes, you would perhaps suggest that she maybe has said that she can't continue. She isn't one to come off the field early, and Dobson's got big shoes to fill in that respect. As we see where she's going to go, she looks like she's gone out to the right, but she puts the first touch in looking towards Woodruff. It's just a little bit in front of her.
Something I like about Amy Woodruff, she's quite, aggressive, and she works hard chasing the ball down. She likes to put that pressure on, even if it is a few hands that she shouldn't be putting on, but it's nice that she's got that fire in her to, if she's not going to get the ball, she can do something to put the player off to then maybe force him to make a mistake.
Strong challenge. Danby is upended. Referee immediately goes to the whistle. And we are... What to say? Huddersfield have conceded some free kicks today. In areas like this, they're more than happy to do so, aren't they? A lot of the free kicks, lazy challenges, and they don't be too worried about where Leeds are, but they might be here. As Dobson goes down the line to Green, she's got the pace to get there. Good pass from Dobson. Green's delivery, though, was under hit. Leeds will have to pick up the pieces towards halfway. Good work from Danby. Had to be brave. Bounces off one of the Huddersfield players and gets caught out. And Danby gets back on the ball. Tries to play the pass. What a pass it is as well towards White. It had to be perfect. White looks for Woodruff. Leads into the area for the first time in a while. Cut back towards White. Tries to steer it home. And Ellie White with the pass and the return run. It's what you want from a midfielder. I'm sure Paige, as a midfielder yourself, you can respect that work, because that'll be what you are trying to do in a few months' time when you're back out there. Ball into a striker, get in the mixer and hope to try and tap it in. Yeah,
that was great play from the girls. That was really positive and hopeful for the rest of the game now. I think that all came from Sarah Danby there, working hard, winning the tackles, playing that great ball into Ellie White, and then it finished with Ellie White. I think that shows what we have to offer and what we can deliver. So hopefully it gives them a bit of fire now.
Composed from leg, didn't have to let it bounce. It certainly helped her cause by doing so, though. Overhit allows Simpson with an easy catch, and now can roll it back out to new signing Shauna Legg. So if you just missed it in the first half, there's 5 new signings for Leeds this season. Although one of them will return it in Woodruff. All of them in the squad today hoping to make an impact. As here's one of them in green. And Mullin watches that ball out of play. That should be a Leeds throw.
Yeah, I'm not sure what went on there. That was clearly a Leeds throw, but they seem we dealt with it well, and Drew's got the ball back, which is important.
Yeah, Russo comes across, and lucky the bounce of the ball takes it away from her. Goalkeeper just knocks it out to keep them ticking over here. Huddersfield, it's a smart touch, that very smart touch from Ella Duffield, and she takes out the Leeds marker that was on the scene. Stewart plays it forward. Good header back from Olivia Smart. How are you judging the game, Paige, 10 minutes into the second half?
I think it's again very equal. I think we've had the first chance of the game, which obviously happened in the first half as well. Hopefully it gives us a bit more momentum now, just to keep pressing and making sure that final ball into the box is important, and it is, you know, on target to the players to run onto. I think we're working really hard winning the ball back. I think our ball retention after losing it is pretty good. It's just that final ball that we need to see a bit more of, which we have done. So hopefully the rest of the game, you know, we can get a goal in.
Compose from Smart. Simple ball back to Simpson, gets it back, and now Leeds to Danby. Green to Russo, just where Leeds need her, stretching her legs into open play. Woodruff in the middle. Russo looks across, tries to pick it out. It'll fall to the far post for White. Woodruff getting back on side. White's trying to find a way through, takes it across, doesn't get the cross into the feet of Amy Woodruff, but she will win Leeds United a corner. And I know Jess Russo is a deadly finisher, but if she's not in the box, you want her running into space because she's very quick as well.
I think Jess took that ball really well then, putting herself in between the player and the ball. She's got a lot of pace. I would like to see her maybe drive a bit more into the box, you know, put in a bit more pressure, but I think she probably picked out Amy Woodruff and thought that it would have been like a little flick on, but it's good to have the corner.
Yeah, like trying to cause problems, doesn't get the touch on the ball. Smart puts it straight back into attacking area, but over hits it and aimless in the end, and it's out of play for a throw. But there has been a response from Leeds. Technically still lacking in certain areas, but effort-wise there's certain commitment, and there is players out there that do have the ability to turn this game straight back in Leeds' favour, getting an equalising goal. I think you've got to credit as well, it's Huddersfield are just making life very tough. There's nothing flashy about them defensively. They're marking up very well, they're staying in position very well, Paige. It's not as if this is a below par Leeds performance. It's a team relegated last year. It's a good barometer to where we are.
Yeah, definitely. And Huddersfield have been in League above for a number of years now, and they've got some really experienced, high-level players in the team, and they've also recruited really well this season. I noticed that Leah Embley from Burnley has come, and they've got a few more from like Burnley and Halifax, and I think they've recruited just as well. So I think matching-wise, we're actually probably playing really, really well to be able to compete with some of these players.
Smart looking towards Woodruff. Good defending. Very good defending from Beth Stanfield. Just a slight shoulder barge across and covers really well, but Olivia Smart went early with the delivery. Smith was looking for Russo. Fall for Dobson. 3 white shirts in the middle. Means has to settle for a throw. Our marker's gone. Still 1-0 after that goal in the stroke of half time for Huddersfield. Here's Russo. Dobson into Smith. Good turn from Smith. Likewise from Olivia Smart, who wins a free kick.
I think we're looking at Sarah Danby on this again. Perhaps putting it into an area.
Yeah, I mean, again, for Huddersfield, where they're conceding them, it's a long way away from goal. Does mean the delivery's got to be good.
I think throughout the game we've had the most positivity when we have played the ball along the floor, and instead of the long passes down the wing and into areas. So hopefully we can see a bit more of that.
Danby ball in, it'll fall to Dobson. Perhaps first time around had a thought about having a go. There's going to be a throw in. Green towards Smith. Should be a corner, and it is. Looking in very little space there, Catherine Smith, but she did a good job. Got a decision that Leeds United wanted.
Yeah, I think when you're in positions like that, you've got to get something out of it, and she did really well there, getting us a corner and giving us a threatening opportunity. And hopefully, with Sarah Danby's set piece now, there's someone on the end of it.
Curler floating ball towards that far post, flicked on header. I think it was Dobson's original flick. They'll come out, and Smart does well. Extra power from the lead skipper. Back into the area she goes. Woodruff is lurking, keeper comes for it. Woodruff just a couple of inches away from heading it home, just over her head, but it's a bit better this from Leeds. I think Sarah Danby's frustrated there. She wants to take a quick throw in, and one of the spectators made sure that was not possible, but of course could well be a Huddersfield supporter. There's no guarantee that we're on the same side as the linesman's got to come across, because there's a sub being made here for Huddersfield, and it will be number 16 in Molly Firth that's going to come on, and there is a replacement to add some extra energy into this Huddersfield team, and replacing Katie Mallin, who was pretty effective in that first half. Quality player on that left hand side, had a bit of extra class. Paige.
Yeah, definitely. Kate Manning has been at Huddersfield for a while now, and I think she's very experienced. So you could see that today when she picked up the ball and distributed it out to her teammates.
Danby's going to be punished here. Very little in it, in fairness. I mean, Huddersfield player knew what to do. I think with the pace that Danby was coming in at, Huddersfield player knew that if she went to the floor, referee would have to give a free kick.
Yeah, I think she just slightly caught her, and I'm not sure if it was as rough as it maybe was there and then, but it's not like Danby to usually mistime something like that, so I think it was just a minor incident.
Stewart down the line to Firth, and it's gone past Danby. Turner back to Simpson. So again, just a one goal in it on the stroke of half time for Huddersfield. A flick on header, and Leeds haven't had too many chances to try and draw a level.
I think as we're approaching maybe 70 minutes, it might be good to put some fresh legs on.
Yeah, fellow subs: Izzy Elliott, Rupert Waldron, Sharon Gilbreth-Keating. I mean, the latter perhaps the most forward-thinking. A winger, or perhaps a hybrid forward that could come on. I've seen her come on in the middle of midfield before as well and add a bit of extra pace. Huddersfield have a chance. Simpson, and just tips it away. It's into the path of Ella Duffield. I think Simpson had to get the touch so it was going in otherwise, so she's just diverted it away, and in doing so she's put off the Huddersfield player, but it could easily have been 2-0.
Yeah, I think Carrie made the right decision there. I think she had to touch that, but as a defensive view, I think making sure that you're watching your runners that are coming in, not necessarily the ball that's being played in, because that could have been a very different story.
His hit clearance from Turner gives them a throw-in. It's taken pretty well as well. They've allowed them to get on the attack, and Yasmin Mason has been a thorn in Leeds' side and doesn't win anything for Huddersfield, thankfully for us, but it is still pressure on that back line. Leeds still not playing with, and this is not criticism, it's not gung-ho, is it yet, please? There's time on the clock yet, but that's what you meant earlier about a sub, isn't it? There's no need to just go all out attack and try and risk giving the ball away. As here's Woodruff. This could be Leeds' chance, and a heavy touch. Amy Woodruff runs into the goalkeeper, who's done well. She'll be feeling the full effects of that. Amy Woodruff is a very physical and strong player, and the Huddersfield goalkeepers had to put her body on the line. But Cass Smith, pressure, the defensive pass back. I said it earlier about Amy Woodruff, that first touch today has just been a little off. That'll come though, as the fitness comes back, the regular minutes come back. That will not be a chance that she would spurn.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's been out now for 18 months with a baby and things. She's showed a lot of, positivity and match fitness throughout pre-season. She's got on the score sheet a number of times through pre-season, and I think today you can see that the graph she's putting in, she's definitely match fit. It may just be like the minor things like touches and that final touch, playing her into space, maybe just cutting her short of a goal, but hopefully, as 30 minutes left to play, she'll manage to get one.
It will not be long for her to get her eyeing for goals. She's an underrated member of the squad in that department. Russo got all the headlines last year, but Woodruff up front with it. A lot of real worker element to that attack, and she'll never stop running. And again, it's her pressure that's forced Huddersfield into a rush pass. Good from Danby into Green.
That's
back
a great
towards
touch.
Turner. Smith got her bearings wrong. Shauna Legg did not. She went for touch, found it with a very commanding clearance.
Yeah, I think Shauna had no choice there to just get her foot through that and clear the ball. Obviously, you don't want it to be 1v1 in the attacking area like that, so I think she did well there. It's great from Drew. I think she was really smart there, kicking it against.
Yeah, I was just thinking she has shown what she'll bring to this team. There's been frustrations in possession at times for her, but positioning, ability to get up and down the park.
The ball, Huddersfield are on them straight away, so it's reacting quicker and playing the ball around a lot quicker for them to chase after it rather than being able to win the ball back quickly.
Yeah, Huddersfield at the minute on their way to a victory. There's not enough to say that Leeds are going to get back into it with the way the game's going, but 20 minutes is an age in a football match. Here's Danby, another hard touch there. Leeds certainly will look to tidy things up as Shauna Legg comes forward. The new recruit on the attack flies in with a lunging challenge needed to be made and gets it out to Dobson. Dobson does well to react as well. Turns inside, Smith alongside her, still going into Cass Smith. Into White, steers it to Woodruff. Leeds working close quarters now. Back to White. It's brilliant. This from Leeds. Goes for goal just near post. Oh, it had to go across the goal. She just couldn't get the direction on it. She's had a snapshot. The run. She's been involved again, is Ellie White. It's been a game where she's flashed in bursts, hasn't she, Paige? But there's the touch into Woodruff. I mean, that hold-up play is what Amy Woodruff is all about.
Yeah,
and it's just a tad overstretched, and that's why it's gone near post.
That was so unlucky. I think that was absolutely
best move of the
play.
match.
Yeah, 100%. And it all came from Shauna Legg, driving, being daring, coming out of position and driving through midfield, winning the ball, playing it out wide. And Ellie White didn't stand there and watch when she played it into Amy Woodruff. She wanted it back, which is positive and shows, they've got a bit of fight and wanting to put themselves on good opportunities. So that was a really great play.
I think you said earlier in the first half about individual, but you said something, didn't you, about individual, someone to spark the game or the team into life.
Yeah,
to do something as a team that might do it.
Yeah, definitely, and to do something a bit different, like then from Shauna Legg driving the ball in the middle of the park and gaining some yards. Really made a difference there with that play.
Yeah, Huddersfield have been resorted now to maybe the last few minutes just going long to clear. They don't seem to be that bothered about building it up anymore. Maybe they switch their tactics just to frustrate Leeds and see this one out.
Yeah, it looks to be so. I don't think there's anybody up top for them that's really putting the pressure on the back four. I think they're kind of just sitting a flat four in the middle and two up top, more like a 4-4-2 formation compared to the first half. So I think it is frustrating, but it's important for us and the team to remember what the capabilities they do have, and to play balls around like that can put just as much pressure on back. So
we'll see. Catherine Smith comes off. That means Elliott is coming on, and there's a switch around here because Elliott's gone to right back, which means that Drew Green must have gone somewhere. And by the way that everyone's pointing, it suggests that she's gone into midfield as Turner watches this one, hopefully out for a goal kick. But upon signing for Drew Green, they did say versatile, winger, forward, fullback, and has played as a striker. We're about to see this versatility.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. It'll be nice to see what Drew can deliver in midfield. I think she's one of them players that when she's constantly on the ball, she's really good and she's really threatening. So it'll be nice to see what she can give now.
Does look like she might have gone up front.
Yeah, I think Amy will just maybe drop into the 10, which is where she traditionally plays anyway.
So it is a total change. We'll see how that works out for the next 10 minutes. It could be the tactics that get Leeds United a draw at the minimum, as here is White out to Smart. Green is bursting forward in attack, and a flick from Ellie White was trying to go round the corner into a fellow white shirt. Doesn't happen. Huddersfield get away with it, and they're coming forward now with Leah Embley. No flag. Leeds got caught sleeping there as the ball's come in. It's gone behind for a goal kick, and Huddersfield, I think, if they could watch that back, would be made to be a bit frustrated. They got into a great area, Paige.
Yeah, definitely. They've just seen the space, haven't they, and where the players aren't being marked or necessarily being watched. And I think number 10 there, she's always in that position to be able to get that back post ball, which again needs to be watched because it's already caused issues.
Shoulder leg coming out of defence, wants a free kick. Isn't going to get one. Throw into Huddersfield. Dobson with the interception. Gary Simpson taking her time with proceedings, goes back with Turner. 1-2 worked and now cleared further along the wind. Right in Leeds' face in this second half. It helps Leeds get the ball back there, but Huddersfield with the crossfield ball, picking out a bit of space. And another Huddersfield flick gets them a throw. Taking their time here, the visitors. No need for them, of course, to rush things. That's maybe the 6th, 7th time in the second half. They're more than happy for it to go out of play. They've put the ball long. No real drive to keep her in. I mean, as I said, sorry to put in there, Paige. Go on.
No, yeah, that's just saying then with Carrie Simpson with the goal kick, I think maybe a bit more rotation in midfield, taking players out and a centre mid driving in to receive the ball to then play it out. I think our only option is to play it out to our centre halves or go long.
Heavy touch from Huddersfield once more. The point I was going to make, these instances where they just keep knocking it out for goal kicks or throw-ins, is not really an issue for them. They're in the down. They don't seem bothered to do it by the fact that it isn't working for them. The fact it's breaking down is actually helping them maybe regather some energy or frustrate Leeds a little bit.
Yeah, I think it is slightly, ever so slightly. I think we're doing a good job. When we do get the ball we're remembering what our roles are, but I think we'd be the same if it was the other way round as well. So it is frustrating. It is almost a tiny bit insulting in a sense where, you want them to try and, but then they also might be thinking, they might be feeling quite fortunate they've come away with 1-0 at the minute with how we have been matching with them. So again, it was only a goal from a set piece, so hasn't been a team build-up goal.
Yeah, fine margin in this game as Green gets caught on the ball, perhaps fancying trying something. It's their first touch as an attacker in this game and being caught on the ball, and now Huddersfield are breaking. The support play is good from Huddersfield, they might not need it. Contact comes in late, free kick appeals. They go unheard as Huddersfield get another throw. It's their turn to just maybe turn up the pressure a little bit. Last few minutes, Leeds have barely had a touch of the ball.
You see there's a gap in centre mid here. It would have been nice to see maybe a midfielder driving in and commanding for that, wanting the ball and then to distribute it out to our wingers.
Turner going long. Elliott's going to chase it. And now turn inside. It's good work from Elliott. Delivery is poor. Maybe got caught with two minds. Maybe she saw Green coming. Or the near post effort. Everything right before that last decision. And it's been the tail of the tape so far for Leeds, Page. That's how the game has gone.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Elliott then cut in onto her left foot. I think it's a weaker foot. I would like to see her maybe try and take the player on. She's a strong girl and she's technical with her feet. I think she probably thought that maybe she could have a bit of a shot on goal, which I like the confidence from her.
Deflection off Leeds. It will be a Huddersfield throw. We're getting into that final 10 minutes of proceedings, plus a bit of stoppage time. It's been a tougher watch in the second half for those in attendance. It's been scrappier, very little quality. I think the ball's been out of play a lot more than it's been in play, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think that's basically down to Huddersfield trying to put that frustrating onto the Leeds players. It's just important that we stick to our philosophy of we wanted to come away with something, and this is our fortress. We don't want any teams to come away with any points.
I'll break off because Russo's picked out Green, running through on goal, looks for a chance to finish, just gets the power wrong. There was a supporting runner. Combination play again was fantastic from Russo and Green. Two speed merchants up there. Could she have taken it a bit closer?
I think Drew's definitely capable of scoring from that position. I think maybe I'd even said a through ball into Ellie Dobson there would have been the better option of shooting from the distance, but I wouldn't put it past Drew Green to score from there. And I think if she'd seen it on, she wouldn't have gone for it for no reason. So yeah, just tipping over the bar, which is unfortunate for her. It was a good run.
You spotted that perfectly, because if I'm Ellie Dobson, I am letting half of Garforth know that I shot that ball.
I think I would as well, but looking at obviously knowing Drew and playing against her, she can play in and score in those positions. But I think that through ball was clear on, and I would have then backed Ellie to have put it away as well. But it's positive, and it's something that we could take away from the game. It is unfortunate that we are still 1-0 down. I feel like we have shown a lot of good combinations of passing and putting us into good positions. So I think there'll be a lot to come away from this game regardless.
Yeah, massively frustrating that for Leeds. Big opportunity. There is another player down. As we look back at the chances we've had in this second half, Ellie White going close on 2 occasions. That was the first. This one a header, or an attempted header from Woodruff, just underneath it. An inch or two taller, and she's scoring that goal as Carrie Simpson flicking it into the path of Duffield. It was an important interception before Leeds had an opportunity with Woodruff again running into the goalkeeper. The heavy first touch, just a player that's very tired in that final third there, but a hold up play for the chance that Leeds created here with Smith in towards White. Into Woodruff, the hold-up play, everything, the support play, the runners easily deserved a finish, and sadly for Leeds we didn't get one, and that is why with 9 minutes left, this opportunity we've just seen here for Drew Green is the closest we've come. alongside White for a goal. They're making another change here, Huddersfield, and the changes. The number 6 is coming on to the field of play in Scarlett McMahon. And it is Mason that has made way in the 14 jersey. Leg goes back to Simpson, the game back underway. Off play again, and gets suiting Huddersfield Page the stop-start element to it.
Yeah, it definitely breaks up play, and it is frustrating. It's frustrating to watch. So I can't imagine what the girls are probably thinking, not being able to get hold of the ball and play it round. But it's good tactics, and I think we'd be the same.
Huddersfield on the attack. It's cut back from Firth, intercepted by Turner. Now into Dobson with 6-7 minutes left. Dobson goes down the line, but Leeds resorting to long ball football really as Dobson. White's in the middle asking for the ball, gets it. Now to Danby. Leeds looking to drive forward. Russo in attack. There's Woodruff in space as well. Danby delays the pass. Options in the middle include Russo. It's good from Danby. Russo wanted to shoot, twisting, turning, and again Russo onto a left foot, goes for goal. It was going to be impossible to get through that gap, but she wins a corner.
Yeah, it was good feet from Jess. It's what she's well capable of. I think the lacking of maybe with the Diamond is having someone out wide is putting a lot of demand on Olivia Smart to be able to get back and forth as a full-back, but we managed to utilise the players we did have in the middle to then get something.
Floating ball in, Dobson flicks it on. There is Woodruff just taken. In fact, it was Drew Green that was the closest to it, and the goalkeeper, in fairness to them, Kaylee Bolton-Woolham, has been very composed back there today.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell they're experienced in the back four at Huddersfield, and they know how to manage the attacking players, and we have got threatening attacking players like Jessica Russo and Drew and Amy Woodruff, so I think they've done a good job today.
To say she's not the biggest as well, the goalkeeper. She makes herself, the quality of it, she reads the game very well. Yeah. Almost makes the scene feel a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Because she reads it, she knows when to jump for the ball. Interception there from leg was very timely. Huddersfield still going there with Firth, but Elliott nips in. But again, the gap is too big. The ball is just not sticking. It's going long, but no one's there to tap it home to another teammate.
Almost seems like a tiny bit of a gap in between the attacking forwards and the midfield to pick up those loose passes and mistakes that Huddersfield are making, and on the back four.
So a corner to come. Need a new ball, and they'll get one here as Charlotte Stewart just delays proceedings. Frustration there from Ellie White. That was not a throw that was sincere.
No, I think I'd be the same though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's just frustration that the players pass it to you for a reason. They just try to slow the clock, wind you up a little bit. Clearly it worked. Header coming in, Stewart near it. And the flick on from Dobson was actually what got Leeds out of trouble. Danby now into Elliott, who's added a bit of energy from right back. Up to Russo. Woodruff, she's in some discomfort. It's going to hurt. She's been brave as you like all day, and I think the referee's going to have to go to the book here, because the main thing is we hope she's good to go. There's no injury, because again she gets in the way. I don't think she's expecting that at all. No,
she did really well. She's fearless, Amy Woodruff, getting ahead and to stop that ball from going back, but she took the brunt of it from her foot to her face.
Yeah, Beth Stanfield, the one that was it a knee maybe, which is even worse.
I think it might have been a foot, to be fair, but I couldn't really tell from this position. She seems alright though, Amy, which is a positive.
Well, you know more about it than me, so I'm going to take yours. Laces to the face then is the injury to Amy Woodruff. The main thing is she's good to go and she's in the box, so Danby and Smart are over it. This has to be a good delivery for Leeds with the time on the clock. You've got to put pressure on. Do wonder if Danby may be thinking about the idea of a floater to the far post, catch the keeper out. It's physically in the area, there's a bit of pushing and shoving. Elliott's in there as well. Danby actually goes the other side, try to be quite clever. And you can see the reasoning behind it. Everyone thinking far post, just like the power.
Yeah, I think it was worth to give that a go then. She's well capable of it. And it did catch a few people off guard, but I think maybe a bit more power would have seen that through.
Simpson and Smart going near for the same ball. I think Simpson wanted it so she could do just this, take it in her hands and bring it forward. Green, Dobson into White, but I think White was probably wanting it on the floor.
Yeah.
A bit of a panic header, thinking she might get challenged, and that is why it's gone out of play. But again, just a breakdown with the play in midfield. And last change, last couple of changes coming for Huddersfield there, using the full allocation. Rebecca Beresford, Autumn Housley are both coming on. Managing the game, Paige, slowing it down.
Yeah, definitely.
Boring for us, but
yeah,
perfect for Huddersfield.
Yeah, they're definitely just getting some fresh legs on to see out the rest of the game, taking off some of their main players like Rhea Montgomery. But it's part of the football, and it's part of game management. And 1-0 away from home, first game of the season is a big statement. So they'd probably want to see that through to the 90 minutes.
Yeah, changes are on. Yeah, he opened up there for Green. One more down the line has actually given Huddersfield something to chase, and Leeds have work to do. There's Firth coming in at the far post. Elliott hasn't been able to get goal side. She has now. Huddersfield still going. No real pressure on the ball player. He's now for White. White finds Dobson. Just a tad in front of her. Dobson goes forward with the pass. Green falls to the floor, but again it's that gap. I think you said it right at the start. Second half page, it's the gap between the midfield and the forwards. It's requiring every Leeds player to then go long with the pass. There isn't anybody coming short as into stoppage time we go. Huddersfield dancing past the marker in Elliott across the face. Simpson gets on the ball. Time running out. She's trying to encourage her players forward.
Yeah, I think the gap maybe in between the midfield and the forward two has caused a few issues with the long balls. Obviously, not wanting to drive into space with Huddersfield players gathering round, but I don't know if it's lack of legs being tired, or I know Drew Green's played 2 positions this game and done a lot of running.
Yeah, Smart got caught out. It was a good pass. Smart's done well to get the pressure on. So has Elliott. Keeper's done well as well. There's a lot of brave play there from Leeds.
Yeah, that was excellent from Izzy Elliott. A young, thriving player. She's probably got the least experience on the pitch, in the Leeds team, regarding how long she's played. She's only, I think she's like 19. So that was really, really mature and well played from her.
Turner has possession now, rolled out to Elliott. Wins a throw. Couple of minutes left. Leeds have to get. There's that Woodruff on the ball. Down the line for Green. Just too much on it. Goalkeeper again. And it's that managing the situation. Down to her knee to just take some seconds off the clock. The throw to come. Time running out for Leeds. Overhit from Dobson, and again it's that breakdown midfield to attack. It's been non-existent second half maybe Page, where strikers wanting it short, then they want it long, and whatever they want is going the opposite way.
Yeah, I think as well it's important to notice as well that our two forwards are quite small. They're not, aerial players. And our most successful opportunities in this game has been from when we've played it round on the floor. So I think that's something that we could definitely work on and encourage more so for the next game. Simpson clears over the head of White. Woodruff backing in. Chance for Huddersfield to kill the game off though with Firth, and there she has. It's a very neat finish. First it left the boot, you thought it was going wide, but there is the game set and match for Huddersfield Town. Goal at the end of the first half, goal at the end of the second, and that'll be game over. Defeat for the first day of the season. The second half just not got going. No, it's a shame. It is a shame, and I think with that goal then, tracking back and getting back quick enough, I think was a bit of the letdown. But I think Lucy Turner had two players to maybe consider in between, so it is unfortunate, and it isn't the start you want to a season. But I think it's obviously also important to mention that this is a really good team, and this was a hard draw for the first game. Yeah, it's a relegated team try to assert their dominance on the league, and as I said at the start, it's a good marker to see where you want to be for the rest of the season. Yeah, definitely. I think there's loads of positives as well to take from the game regarding like how we've played, 5 new additions that we haven't played together before, and I think there's a lot of positivity to come. You even find positives, don't you, in playing bad, because you know where you can go better for next time. And Huddersfield will get the victory on the opening weekend of the season for Leeds United Women. And just said goals at either end of the game ensure that it is a 2-0 success for Huddersfield. Ibbotson and Firth wrapping up the victory. That's all from us this afternoon on LUTV. Again, as always, we'll have the rest of the season here. Hopefully, what will be a promotion challenge.